Some old guy once said that it does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Screw that, dreams are amazing, mysterious and filled with emotion that real life cannot hope to compare with. Don't get me wrong, I hate sleep, not so much the sleep itself but how much time it consumes, both during and either side of the said action. Dreams go some way towards helping justify it for me, since they're such a strange phenomenon. First of all, here's something mind-blowing that I discovered recently. Some people don't dream. Something even more mind-blowing? Those people don't think it's strange that others do dream. I remember I'd routinely pester a non-dreamer and demand that they thought it was weird that other people dreamed, and yet no, he didn't see anything queer about thinking up worlds while sleeping. The excuse, maybe I did dream but I can't remember it, comes up, as if they're almost ashamed of never having had one. Trust me, you'll know if you've had one. Maybe not last night, but at least sometime in your life up until now. Further probing of another non-dreamer revealed what I had suspected, that they didn't have a clue what I meant by dreaming. I guess that we don't make it easy on them since we also refer to future aspirations as dreams. This person thought that it was the stories that we made before we fell asleep, and said that she found it strange that people would get so worked up about thinking up bad dreams. I am so pleased that we have gotten to this topic. We need to wake up and consciously attempt to lay to rest why we dream. Being awake is a cold, harsh reality. As the years have gone by, they have gradually unveiled the mysteries of life and that fascination with what's around the next corner has faded. And yet, dreams are as intriguing as ever. Simply by being in them, I feel there's a warm, comforting blanket over me, like everything is good in the world. I don't know if this is nostalgia or love, I've always struggled to tell the difference, but when I'm asleep I simply don't want to wake up. Maybe it's depression. I think that we can learn more about our minds from studying sleep than we can when we're awake. It's almost as though we can peer deeper into our minds, challenging our subconscious to a game of wits. Most people when lucid dreaming waste the experience by floating about or by carrying out acts that are frowned upon in real life. I, on the other hand, read newspapers and smash rocks. Maybe because I can't fly in dreams. I just can't! I try but I can only get a few feet off the ground, wildly flapping my arms like a chicken. Maybe I played too much Spyro as a child. A dream is like a computer game to me. It has boundaries and limitations, and if you look hard enough, you can reach them. Read a newspaper and you'll read random words, string together as if to say, yes, this is a newspaper, now carry on with your dream. Read the same line again, and it will have different words. Look at your hand and you'll struggle to count the number of fingers you have. I guess that it's like glancing at this and working out the exact number of dots. You can approximate it, but you may have to individually count them to a certain extent to get the exact figure. I'm only just getting warmed up here, my brain isn't getting off the hook that easily. I tried using a calculator in my dream, but it just spewed me an answer that I assumed was right until I woke up and thought about it. I smashed a rock because I thought my brain wouldn't be able to simulate the thousands of bits of debris. It turns out that I can, or at least my brain is telling me that I am. I want to try a spinning top and see if it spins indefinitely, Inception style. I'm guessing that mine will probably spin out of control, smashing up things around it like a wooden tornado. Why are our brains doing this? What do they have to hide? I've occasionally stared at the world around me, trying to figure out if I'm using my eyes or if it's all being thought up. It's like an early version of the game Rage, where the moment you look at something your brain's going quick, 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 draw it before it gets suspicious. Well, better than that since Rage looked like a bubbling blurred mess whilst dreams were annoyingly crisp and clear. It's not too different to memories of a place if you think about it. Think about it. Imagine your local McDonald's, the place you've been 100 times, you fat slob. You know the layout and you think you know it in great depth. Now, try and draw a picture of it. What will you draw for the ceiling? Wait, what colour are those chairs by the doors? Do the tables all have the same colour or are they different ones? Why can't you remember this? The places you visit in dreams have the same limitations. There's a reason that photographic memory is so special. I wonder what dreams are like for these unique people. I'm sure that Christopher Nolan's Inception is like a high-budget version of this rant, as if he's crying out to the world to try and get people to realise that dreams are strange and confusing. Dreams mess with your memory. You never question how they start and you take it for granted when they take a new direction. I feel like a person in the water who's pushing on the boat to try and steer it. I may have limited success, but ultimately my actions could be overruled by a Left 4 Dead style director who governs my dreams. I get rather scared when I try to imagine something happening and it doesn't. It's as if I'm fighting against myself and losing. The last time I tried to take control of a dream, it became like a cartoon sketch, as if that unconscious director was going, "Aha! You can't even imagine a realistic looking dream without me!" And then of course there are those normal dreams where you take it all for granted. Places in dreams are similar to those in real life, only with odd differences, like a huge cliff in the middle of the park in town, or a network of mines just below the ground. You'll revisit the same places time and time again. You'll struggle to remember if you really did dream about this place before, or if it's just your dream trying to play tricks on you, déjà vu. At least I don't have nightmares anymore. I have computer games to thank for that. Something scary about to happen in a dream? I can quick load or quick save, or force myself to wake up by shifting my eyebrows up and down, normally while slurring something along the lines of "Mummy," as my body slowly wakes up from the paralysis. Dreams are the only way that grown men can feel like children again without being mocked. I'd like to say that there's more to them than meets the eye, but then I'd be encouraging those dream interpreting sites, which I hate with a passion. Why destroy something beautiful with cliche drivel? I would give you an example, but I'll just give you a link to the website instead. So much more to say in so little time. I want to cover sleep paralysis and whether non-dreamers can experience it. I want to talk about hypnic jerks and, no, not those people down the pub on Saturday nights, but that falling feeling you get that makes you spasm in bed and feel like an idiot for doing so. I want to say how dreams about people can change the way you feel towards them in real life. I could argue that your brain knows how to simulate experiences that you haven't felt in real life yet. I'm going to see if dying in real life feels as cold and sucky as it does in dreams, even if it's the last thing I do. But that's for another time. Until then, I'll spend my time asleep battling against myself until that subconscious director has had enough and says, and cut.